Hey everyone, welcome back to More Flesh and Bad. And today I wanted to quickly go over a comment that I saw that was really good. So there's a misplay in this video adjusting to the new green screen setup that I thought was really cool because I think I kind of like tunnel visioned here, or I was like tired and didn't see it. But there was an opportunity here where I basically could have negated their entire turn with Passover. So let's quickly like rewatch this video. So opponent is coming in with a Bonds of Agony, right? We have Drop in the Ocean and Snag, which is obviously very good. So this part we do correctly, where we do Drop plus Snag, which is a really good line. But the line that I missed because I think I was just tired was they have a Passover and they're using that Transcend. So whatever they can target with Passover, well, let's actually see what they target here. Okay, so they target a Winds of Eternity. So if they targeted like a Stag or something out of graveyard, we couldn't preserve Tradition, obviously, it. But that was like a small mistake that we could have punished them for, like severely. And that probably wins this game from that position. But that's it's very interesting to keep in mind for the future. Is like if their opponent is on Passover, you have preserve. Just be on the lookout for that because that can basically kind of negate their whole turn. But anyways, thank you Magnum Opus for that comment. That's a really good comment. So today we'll get into the meat of what we're doing. So we're going back to doing some more Zen gameplay. Again, the sideboard hasn't really changed a ton here. I think I trimmed on a Winds of Eternity to go to 28 blues. I think I went up on just a Tiger Eye Reflex just to have more interaction against New, because I think that's still a little bit of a tough matchup. And I think most of the 60 is still the same. So going down on one blue in the 60. And then we're going up on a Snag in the sideboard, down on a Wax On. Just because if you look at the New matchup, so this is kind of what I board out against New. You board out like Binding Berries, Levels, Warmongers is obviously not needed. Weakest Link can be okay, but the reason I'm boarding it out here is because we're very low on like our blues and yellows. So I'm actually using the Tiger Eye Reflex as kind of like a pseudo blue. So it kind of just fills out that slot a little bit nicer. And then we have a lot of like red reacts, so those don't really count towards like the red count. But kind of just keeping our blues somewhat high just so we have a chance of transcending. Yeah, so like I don't know if I want to dip even lower on the blue count. So if we were to run like the Wax On, we'd be at like 25 blues, which is kind of rough. Also, one thing I've been noticing about new deck lists, at least the one I've been pairing into in Talishar, is there's not a lot of Weakest Link running around. I don't know exactly why that is. Maybe it's just to have more like Venomous Bite synergy or something. Again, I'm not a new expert, but that's what I've been seeing a lot less of lately. So snags actually make a little bit more sense when they're on like more of like the pump plan. Snags kind of poor if they're on like 3 of Weakest Link, but I haven't seen that a ton. So those are kind of like the observations, and that's kind of like the adjustments I've been making for new. And then let's kind of look at some other matchups that might be interesting. So Enigma, this is kind of our Enigma board. I'm bringing in Weakest Link here and 1 Cosmic. I think this puts us at 29 blues. Weakest Link's not like that good in terms of like playing it out against Enigma, but it does pop a lot of their Phantasmaclasm, like Spears of Sorality stuff. So pretty decent there. Also just kind of like can make their hands a little bit awkward if they're stuck on multiple no blocks. Decent card into new. I think you do maybe want like 5 at least poppers. Like 3 poppers, it felt like they kind of just roll you over with damage. And then just the 1 Cosmic just to be safe. But I don't think most Enigmas are going to fatigue at this point. I think it's mostly just kind of like the aggro game plan, not the CYUB game plan. Yeah, but I think those are the 2 matchups that I think I'm trying to focus on more so than anything, because I don't know why, but Enigma has like felt like a little bit of a tougher matchup recently, just if they can like high roll you with Enigma before you're able to transcend. It feels like I might need to just play through that matchup a little bit more and see. But yeah, it's hard to pair into Enigmas who obviously think this is like a terrible. I don't think it's actually as bad as people think it is. But yeah, with that, I think we'll go ahead and get into the games. We have a Rhinar. They still go second into Rhinar. And then don't think we need anything here. You're just gonna run it as is and see how it goes. Alright, put in some Mandible Claw. We have turn 1 Transcend, so that's good. I could definitely like triple Intimidate us on turn 1, but It's not super realistic to happen. Alright, starting with the Mandible Claw. We'll go ahead and block with a Maulin Key just to get a red out of our hand. Ideally here, we try to find like a blue. I was always blocking with one card there because they could have like Agile Windup. Here, I think we're just going to Sacred Art. What did I... how do I choose none of the moves? Okay. Transcend. Hey, you know, you could choose none. Gain a resource, and I guess we'll probably end up Mauling Key, so we should get our Tiger Swipe now, I guess. And send our Tiger. So 5 and 5, potentially one more. Not terrible. We do just get to develop better Chi. The Mandible Claws suggest that this is like a more aggro Rhinar, but the Fate Foreseen seems like it's a little bit more defensive. Rhinar's a weird hero. I don't think he's really real. He just has so much like clunk. Like you don't have a lot of blue 6s you need to like support his game plan really. Arsenal is spinning. Okay, this is going pretty well. Blood Rush is fine. I'll probably take a little bit of damage here, but not super concerned. Okay, another Blood Rush. Sure. Got the third one. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take 7. What do they intimidate? They intimidate Wind Chakra and that. Okay, that's fine. And another 7. Still think we're blocking. We'll save Tiger Eye in case they like CNC us at the end of this. Which could happen. Splatter Skull. Once hits hero, choose face down card. Put it into your graveyard. Okay, interesting. Got it for 10. It's pretty big. Choose a face down card. That could be annoying, but it'll also be fine. I guess we will just block with Tiger Eye. They're probably going to hit this anyways. Pretty good turn from them. 21 damage turn. Or no, it's 24 damage turn. Not bad. Okay, they do it our Wind Chakra, which is a little bit annoying, but is what it is. Here, I think we're just going to send the hand. Do like spinning, Kakara, Tiger Swipe. I did also see 2 of their Blood Rushes super early. We're not that far behind even then. Like we're maybe like 4 or 5 points behind. It's not a terrible spot to be in, honestly. Still have a lot of armor up. We still have Juko. They do have Flesh Bag we have to worry about, but it's not that bad. Okay, and they're keeping a 2-card hand. I think that's probably good for us. Don't know what a good Rhinar 2-card hand looks like. Oh, they're playing Sigil Cycles. Interesting. So this is probably nothing. I guess we're just blocking Traverse and doing our level thing. Getting Chase seems good. I haven't played against a Rhinar in a very long time. Here we just need to try to play around Flesh Bag, but it shouldn't be too bad. We'll go ahead and banish. I don't think it matters here, really. I guess we do want to just take a 6, just so they can't, what's that card called? The blue that, like, is like a remembrance for cards. Guess we'll just get rid of CNC. Gain a resource. Activate Zen. Get Tunic. For what? Huh. Oasis? Really? Fascinating. So they could try to get us with the Scowling here, but we do have the backup Tiger on the Pouncing Paws. And then if they hit the Aspect, we also have the backup Tiger. So it's like, I guess, 2 chances of whiffing. But if they hit anything else, I think we're fine. Okay, so they hit the normal Tiger. That's whatever. We'll just use Pouncing Paws. I guess we maybe should have gotten the value for our next turn if we were trying to play around post bag, but that's missing 1 point. I guess it's fine. So we'll go ahead and pop. So now we want to use Mauling Key instead of Kakaring, I think. No, we can just pitch Biting Breeze to do that. So yeah, I guess we just do Kakara now. Because we need our Arsenal of Tiger, right? So no. Kakara, Tiger, Chase Aspect, pitch Biting Breeze to Mauling Key, then Arsenal Tiger. Okay, so there's the Oasis. That's fine. It's interesting how their deck is able to like actually consistently do Blood Rush. Seems kind of suspect, but maybe there's like a magical Rhinar ratio that actually works. Okay, so we got some armor out of them, or presumably gonna get some armor out of them. And they blocked with a barraging beatdown. Sure. Arsenal Tiger. Right, barraging is fine, so they banished a blue. Could take 6 here. We could also double block like Breed and Hunter Winds and then just send CNC at them. Then they block armor. Depends how aggro we want to be. I feel like I kind of want our Arsenal Harmony, so me taking 6 here is fine. Because we can do like Tiger, Breed, Tiger, CNC, Arsenal, Harmony. I think it's okay. It's just 6. And then, yep, we'll just do what we said. So Tiger, Breed, Tiger, CNC. Arsenal Harmony for bigger turn. Should force at least 1 card out of them because they have Apex and Scabskins. All right, there's Dig Up Dinner. That's the card I was looking for. So sending 5 on 6, basically. Not bad. And then this is probably going to take their Bonebreaker, a card from hand. Okay, 2 cards from hand. That's also fine. Oh, this is really solid. All right, they are on Reckless Swing. Let's get information. So we could save the Tiger Eye Reflex. We could also play it out. You have Stir. Do we need the Tiger? The Tiger actually could be helpful for Aspect, or for Chase the Tail, rather. So I guess we are just blocking with it now. So that we can just do free Chase the Tail. Seems reasonable. All right, so let's play the Harmony from Arsenal first. Hit a blue Hunter Winds, so +2 damage, not bad. And then we'll probably just use this for pitch, right? Yeah, there's no sense playing it. So gain a resource, activate, get. Pretty sure it's still just Chase. Yeah, because we just pitched the Harmony to Kakara, Chase, spinning. Yeah, that makes sense. So we'll start with the Kakara. They should have to block at least something this turn because we are presenting a lot of damage. So give us a 3 block here. Makes sense. And then we'll put the Shuko buff on the Tiger just so the breakpoints are more annoying. So the Tiger would only be coming in for 3 if we put it on the 100 wins. Then the 100 wins can come in for 2. And then we'll finish on spinning for 5. So this will also either demand both their armor pieces or demands a card. Okay, so a card and an armor piece. Pretty happy with that. Still have 4 block on our armor, so we're effectively at 15. So it seems pretty unlikely they're going to be able to kill us here, especially on 3 cards. All right, Awakening Bellow. Do Pack Hunt. They banished a blue and a red hunter wins. So this comes in for 9. We block Tiger Eye, and then we send 2, 1, 2, 4. Seems pretty efficient. Yeah, that seems fine. Just put on the pressure. It should strip at least 2 cards out of their hand, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll do 2. We could have been 1 point of life higher. It's good information to know. So we effectively could have been at 10 if we blocked with our boots that one turn. So we'll put the Shuka buff on this. So this will demand a card that's not Scapskin Leathers. And then this will also demand a card that's not Scapskins. Or it might even demand a card plus Scapskins, depending on what their hand is. All right, there's Reckless number 1. Sure. So we did see one Reckless get pitched earlier. And then we have Mandible Claw. Again, I don't think they're going to be able to double Reckless. That's because I think they pitched one pretty recently. But we'll just not go to 2 just in case. So I think here, what is the play? Could double block armor and then we transcend on their turn just because we don't have a really great way to do it on ours. So I think that's probably the play. Just block with armor here. Just stay above 2. And then we gray and drop. And then I think we'll start with Kakara. And then we'll get like a 1 cost. Yeah, like a Breed Anger's probably fine. Probably gets the job done. So this demands Scabskins. Breed Anger demands 2 cards or D-React. This demands 2 cards or a D-React. And then this demands 1 card, so should be fine. Okay, there's a D-React though. So if they have another D-React, I think we don't kill, but seems a little bit like prolonging the inevitable here. Okay, so there's the last 2 cards, and then finish on the red pouncing key. Okay, not bad. We missed 1 point, but I think we played that game pretty cleanly. Yeah, good game. All right, let's see if we can get another one. All right, Viserai is a good one. Let's do the Viserai sideboard. I think we're boarding out CNCs here for Warmongers, and then we're running no AB. I think we're just winging it. Yep, looks good. I think no AB into Viserai is probably correct. Like, I don't think you need it. They are going first, which puts them at a little bit of an advantage. Because I think a lot of more recent Viserai lists are kind of like more geared around like just creating a bunch of rune chance and passing. So you basically get like 7 value for free, which is pretty nasty. Our turn's pretty poor. We could just play the Harmony and an Arsenal Tiger Swipe. I do like having Harmony. Could use Pouncing Paws to unbrick, but that feels kind of suspect on turn 0. How much value are we getting if we do that? Do 2, we get +1 value on a Tiger, +2 value here, plus a little bit of value there. Problem is we can't even like overpitch with this hand super well. I think it might be right to pop it. I'm kind of talking myself into it. Let's do it. There's no way to like play out this hand efficiently is the problem. we're also getting Shuko buffs, so it's like 4 or 5 points of value. This does effectively unbrick our hand. It's just concerning to use it on turn 1, obviously. Alright, they give us 2 cards. I'm fine with that. Okay, we do find our card. Alright, they are going to get free Arcane Cussing, which is also kind of nasty. And they get a Rune Flash. So this could be bad. I think we're trying to ideally just hold on to Tiger Swipe for the Path Will Travel, but again, we don't really have effective breakpoints for covering this if they have the Thoughtseize, but again, there's not much we can do about it. They have it, they have it. Alright, so pretty nasty turn from them. So I think we want to end up... I think we do want to block here. The problem is, how do we play this Breed Anger out of Arsenal? I guess we have to like pitch Growl to do that. Really want to hold on to this Transcend card, like probably more than anything. So I think the play next turn is we're going to Tiger Swipe, or Tiger Breed Anger, Tiger Swipe. Seems correct. The 1 cost here is kind of killing me, especially with these like non-blue hands. So we'll start with Tiger. Again, we're trying to Arsenal this, so I think that playing out the Breed Anger, even though it feels bad, is like correct. Alright, Sync Flow is an interesting inclusion in Viserai. Maybe more like tanky build. I don't know if I've seen that in like the Worlds list that I've been looking at. Oh, double Sync Flow. Okay. They are prepared. Alright, we Arsenal Path. Find another Transcend. Not bad. So here, are we just sending the hand? We haven't taken Arcane damage, right? So they can't Thoughtseize. What does our turn look like? We pitch a Warmongers to Kakara. We Path Will Traveled, Sacred Art. We hold on to Warmongers for a future turn, and then maybe do like Chase, something, make his end state, or Warmongers. I think that makes sense. Oh, you need to like play this out? No, we can't play that out. I think this is fine. Just take 6. Kind of a weak turn from them. Sure. So we'll start with Kakara pitching Warmongers. Pass. And then we'll Path Sacred Art. Might as well gain the resources. Gain 1 resource. Is that fine? Might be fine. I don't think the resources matter here because I think we might just be priced into making his end state, which feels kind of bad if it's like face up. But they could also like block and we play Warmongers and then IP ourselves with Chi. It's also kind of reasonable. All right, let's go ahead and play the Tiger. And then I guess we'll play Chase the Tail now. Just play around Face Purgatory. Alright, they're not giving any cards here, which maybe means they want to develop out their turn. Kind of interesting. So we play out the other Tiger now. So they know we have a Chi in hand. This means that they're not afraid of Zen State. I think that just means we Warmongers, right? And then we IP ourselves with Chi. I think that kind of makes sense. I think this is what I was thinking of. So like if they just keep 5 cards, I think we make sense. Because this is signaling to me that they're fine just picking like Peace here and just setting up. So they are choosing Peace. So we choose War. This is going to be a setup turn from them. We IP ourselves with the Chi just for next turn. I think that's fine. Yeah, I'm fine with this, honestly. So there's Mordred. They have Wood Dirge. Okay, yeah, so they totally were able to pick peace. Could IP ourselves again, would she? It's kind of interesting. Could also go for the greed play, though. What is the greed play? What if we send 4 Arsenal Rising Sun and then we just IP ourselves with the Chi until they want to commit? It's kind of funny. I've like never been in this kind of state against a Viserai. I think that's correct. Just send 4 and then keep the Chi in our hand and then Rising Sun. That's to be super annoying for them, right? Because like they can't just build Rune Chance at this rate, right? Because we're basically just saying like, hey, you have to attack it into us eventually, right? I don't know. I'm kind of compelled by this line. I don't know if this is correct. It's probably not, but it is funny. So here, how do we want to do this? I guess we do just do it now. I guess we want to use these 2 on our turn, probably, maybe. Alright, then we'll eat all the damage. So we forced out all 12 of those Rune Chants. And then we don't care about Rune Flash, really. We don't need a Chi on our next turn either. Could get one if we wanted to. Because we're going to end up just pitching this anyways. No, I don't think we need it. Also can't really Thoughtseize us through this. Say Dirge, sure. Tunic into what? Blessing? Sure. So we have used our Zen State. So it's a little bit scary that they're stacking Chance again, but I think we're back to the normal game plan. So we'll put our, I guess, Warmongers back in the deck and then Rising Sun. Oh, we should have done it the other way, but I'm dumb. It's fine though, because we're probably just going to use the blue anyways. So I guess we'll put Tiger Eye. I guess it didn't really matter. And then I guess we're just doing Chase Aspect, Tiger Swipe. Could even save the Tiger Swipe for next turn if we wanted to. Yeah, I think it's fine. Might be trying to block out here. We do want to play around Face Purgatory a little bit, so I think that's why we hold on to the Tiger Swipe. All right, give us some blocks here. I guess Swipe is fine here. Just send another 4. Like, I don't know why they're keeping 4 cards in hand unless they're just developing our Rune Chance again. Seems fine to me, though. Oh, we're drawing into Natural Chi at this point. Awesome. I just don't think they can build enough chance at this point to actually, like... Oh, well, the double Sonata Galaxia might get there. Oh, Runeblood Barrier. Interesting. Okay, the 1-0... I think this is, like, the 1 of Runeblood Barrier. Okay, that makes sense. So, here... I guess we're doing Wind Chakra, Stir the Pot, pitch this. And then I guess we're using... You can end up discarding the Tiger as well. Well, we might end up getting here as like Aspect, just so we can generate another Tiger in case they want to face Purgatory us. We'll go ahead and start like this, though. Them not attacking into our Traverse is a little bit annoying. But we are eating at their Rune Chance, I guess. So we'll go ahead and get... Maybe we get Aspect and then we Arsenal Tiger. I'm kind of fine with that. It basically negates their entire face Purgatory if they want to use it. And it guarantees that we're able to convert the Wind Chakra damage. Kind of okay with this. And we basically eat all their rune chants that have been stacking for a super long time. Alright, then we'll just go ahead and Arsenal Tiger. So they did get pretty good value out of the Rune Blood Barrier. For sure. Alright, Double Mordred is definitely a little bit scary. Alright, there's Rune Flash. I think we are going to try to play around Thoughtseize here. So we'll just get our Chi and block with Shuko. It should guarantee that we're not in any kind of danger. They could have another attack, but it'd have to be like a 0 cost or something. Rebel's fine, I think. Oh, Rebel plus double Mordred's actually not fine. So 6 and 4, or 12 and 4. So now I have to give 2 cards to this. Oh, that's gross. Yeah, they have all 3 Mordred Tides. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. So you have to give 2 blocks to this. Gross. I guess the blocks are going to be Pouncing Key plus another Pouncing Key. We've already used 2 Chase the Tails. Huh. A little bit unfortunate that it's coming in for 4. And we're at 1. Alright, well, let's make the best of it. So, I guess we have... I think we're just probably dead, right? Because we can swing Kadkara. Come in with Chase. If they want to block with like Face Purgatory, then we can just get Aspect. Now we discard our Tiger. So I don't know if that was actually that good for... Well, maybe it was good for them. I'm not sure. We can send 3 and 3 now. Which means they have to give us more cards. Wait, what happened to Rune Chants? Didn't they have 3 Rune Chants at some point? Oh, from the, right, the Rebel and Rune Blood. Okay, so they have 1 card in hand. If it's blue, I guess with grass, they just kill us. But is what it is. Yeah, okay. So they got us. Not bad. That's close, though. I think they drew pretty well. Good game. I'm always curious to look at what these Viserai discs are. So they have... Oh, sorry, this is their graveyard. It's around 9th play. I think this is pretty similar to the one I was looking at. So very D-React heavy. They're on Face Purgatory too, which is interesting. Wonder if that means that like CNC maybe starts coming in, if you suspect they're on this kind of list. It's definitely interesting to look at. Yeah, double 9th blade. Basically like a chance stacking deck. Like basically you just don't want to let this deck go first, and if they aren't able to set up like 7 value, you're in a pretty good spot. Yeah. Lots of 2 blocks in this deck also. Okay, good information. Let's see if we can get another one. Alright, we have a Dory. I've not played against Dory in a while. I think that in general you want to hedge for Dawnblade, and then reacts are generally good into Dory. Don't think we need Growl. And then we can maybe board in like Cosmic or 2. Board out like Winds of Eternity. And cut like one of each of these and see how that goes. This is kind of like a weird sideboard. Okay, not bad though. So, found a D-React early, which is obviously quite solid. This is a Red Warriors Valor. So I think here we're just going to block 6. And then if they have the pump, we just flick it. Not, then we get to hold on or flick, which I'm also fine with. Alright, here we have Binding Breeze Pathway Travel. It's a really good starting hand. And then we get to Arsenal Flick, so not bad. Yeah, against Dory, reacts are just very, very strong. Not much more to say. Gain a resource. Fighting Breeze hit. And Could get Chase the Tail, but it's not really efficient to do so since we have the Breed Anger. So I guess we're going to go ahead and Tiger first and then just get like a 0 cost. Because we don't have the resources unless we want to pitch Flick Flack, which seems kind of suspect. Let's go ahead and Breed Anger though. Let's get our Chi developed nice and early. Alright, they're also on Sinks, which is kind of interesting. May suggest like a more mid-range Dory. I don't typically see Dawnblade Dory run Sinks, especially in more kind of like aggro matchups like this where you're trying to force things over. We'll just get, I guess Pouncing Key is slightly better since we've already got our Shuko proc. So like I'm not getting Tiger Swipe here just because like there's no real need to get Tiger Swipe. And we'll just get the Tiger out of our hand. This might be a hand we just traverse on. It's coming in for 9. 9 go again. Your next Brute gets 9. So they can swing again. So you swing again, right? And then we just block whatever the next thing is. Like, there's not really a reason to block this one. I think we just give him 9 damage. And then use the next one to deny the on hit since they can't pay into Brave Forge and make it 4. I think that's reasonable. And then here we'll just give Traverse and Pouncing Paws so that we can turn our levels and get, like, Chase the Tail if we want to. I think that seems fine. And then we're still just sitting on Flick Flack for when we need it. So here I'm just going to do level, activate Zen. It's slightly inefficient to do so, but I think we're drawing a card off levels anyway, so Chase the Tail is probably fine here. It does kind of price us into popping Pouncing Paws, though, but maybe we're fine with that. Yeah, I'm kind of fine with that. Let's just do it. Let's do draw, go. If I preserve, I guess we're just pitching that. And you could also transcend and then pitch it. It's also an option. We just not gain the resource and then put it in our deck. I think that's reasonable. So let's go ahead and do Kakara here. I think we are priced into popping or Pouncing Paws here. I think that's okay. Could have also gotten like Mauling Key and just gone for the less damage and preserve the Pouncing Paws. I think that's also reasonable. It might be better. Not sure. We'll go ahead and preserve. We'll put levels back in the deck because it's funny. No resource because we're just going to use this for pitch. And then we'll play this out. Dory has a pretty big fridge, so chipping through the armor is going to be definitely part of the challenge of this game. We are still sending 11 damage here, so should either demand some cards or some armor. They could just take it and try to force through a Dawnblade. That's also reasonable. Alright, blocking the Tiger Swipe is fine. We didn't really have a way to utilize the Tigers anyways. I guess they don't know that though. Like we could have another chase or something. Okay, this is a hand that doesn't really do a ton. I feel like this might be a flick hand. Like we deny the reprise, we flick, and then block with Aspect, and then send a 2-card hand, Arsenal Passover. I feel like that makes the most sense to me. They are on blue Iron Song Response, which probably also means they're running at least the red ones, and then maybe some number of blues. All right, they puncture. That's fine. I mean, still just block whatever the next thing is with aspect. They could have Iron Song response here, red, but not gonna play around that. They get a counter, they get a counter. We force the card out of their hand at least. Now we just get to sit in 7. An Arsenal Chi, which I think is quite good. They also don't have agility set up this turn, so they'll have to find a way to get going. And all they do have refraction, so they're probably gonna block with that now, and then probably try to force it through next turn. This next turn might be the turn where they get the counter, just because I don't think it's going to be too costly for us to try to deny next turn. I think our next turn is just going to be... So there's kind of like this weird ebb and flow with Dori, where you want to... You deny counters early, obviously, but there comes a point where you're trying to basically just push more damage that they can't deal with. So I think we're kind of approaching that point, especially if they're not going to give cards to this. They go down to 6, or they go 16 effectively, maybe 17 if they block with bolters. All right, blocking with crown is interesting. I wonder what that means. And it's card from hands. Maybe trying to fix their hand. Sure, not popping bolters either. Unsheathed, okay. Plow through is also fine. And Dawnblade. So Dawnblade for 9, again, I don't think there's anything we can really do about this. At least reasonable. I think we're just going to force through a chase aspect on our next turn, and then... Yeah. I think we're just going to try to push for lethal. Okay, double blade flurry. You got it. So next Dawnblade is coming in for 7? Is that right? Pretty good damage. So we could block this here if we like want to block Shuko, Kasaya, and then a 3 block, which I think could be reasonable. The problem is that we basically kind of ruin our next turn because we want to double transcend and then just send a million damage at them. So I think we're just taking this, letting them have the counter, and then if they can... It's harder for Dori to like preserve counter through a 4-card hand, and especially if they're going to be blocking at least some of what we're doing, because I think we're going to be bordering on threatening lethal. I think we're in a fine spot, so I'm going to say no blocks on this. And just let them have the counter. And we'll go ahead and Rising Sun pass over. We'll target... I don't think Dori has anyone to interact with the graveyard, so just target a Blade Flurry. Gain a resource, and then Rising Sun. We find an aspect. Okay. What does that mean? What does the curve want us to do? So we're gonna have 2 floating. We have 2 chi in hand, or potential for 2 chi in hand. So I guess we bottom a chi. 2 floating, we get a chi. We can get a Tiger Swipe here. And then just send the full hand at them, and then they die. We could also keep a chi. I think it's less damage efficient to actually pitch to Kakara. It might be breakpoint efficient, but yeah, I think we're just going to pitch a chi, gain a resource, and then we'll activate Zen, getting a 0 cost. We'll get Swipe, seems fine. And then we'll go ahead and do our Chase Aspect, spinning, pouncing Tiger Swipe. So that's 4, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. Should demand at least a 1 card from them if I'm not mistaken. If I'm counting that right. Also, should I like flip my webcam? I feel like I should. Hold on. Transform. Flip horizontal. Does that look like I'm looking at the screen now? Can't really tell. Okay, so that's fine. Let's. The last thing was Tiger. Okay, so let's do Tiger Swipe. If this hits, we can get Pouncing Key to its full potential. We could also just Arsenal it. So this isn't guaranteed 4. This is just probably 4. Okay, probably 4. So we still have 3 armor to work with here, but then we can force another card out of hand. Dory on a 3-card hand is not incredibly scary. So we need 1 more card out of them. And they have to do their best with the 3-card hand. So if they probably give us 3 block, go to 1. And then we can use our armor and cards to try to deny like the counter, go again, Refraction Bolter thing. Alright, we'll pass back. Okay, not a hand I'm crazy about. So they come in for 6. So this could be the Singing Steel Blade, the one that like +1, and then they get an Iron Song response. So I guess we play around that. So we need to block 10 on that. So to do that, we can block with all of our armor and these 2, so that pretty much guarantees we reset the counter. And then they could just Twinning Blade us. If they Twinning Blade us, what happens? Then we just give the rest of our cards, I guess. I think that's fine. I think we need to block 10 here. Truce is an interesting inclusion here. Alright, then we send 2 and then 4, which are really annoying breakpoints, so we demand 3 cards out of them. Assuming they could ever do reacts, like you keep 3 cards max. I'm pretty confident from this position. Alright, so there's Sharpen plus Iron Song, yeah. Seems like they're probably just going to hold on to like blue, something else. I'll send out blocks here and just see what they have. Probably just Sink Below, just because. Yeah, Sink Below just because seems fine. We have another react in case they want to like pump over pop bolters or something. Alright, so we did play around the Singing Steel Blade. Okay, so I am a good player occasionally. I have occasionally made good plays in my life. We also see the Blade Flurry, so they think that we don't have another D-React, but we do, which is unfortunate for them. I have played a lot of Dory games, so I know actually what the cards do, which is really good. I'm proud of myself for that one. So now we'll just Kakara and then use Chi and send breakpoints that they can't deal with and they die. But I'm proud of myself for calling the exact card that we need to play around. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and get Mauling Key here, and that should be enough to strip their hand. And assuming we don't brick like abysmally next turn, which I don't think we will, like we're probably fine. Like even if you like if your opponent's at 1 and you get like a random 4 cards in hand, it's very hard to have a hand that doesn't deal like 6 damage at least with 2 and 4, right? And this hand's perfect. So well, it's not perfect, but it's like it's fine. So we 3, 2, we basically do the same thing again. Arsenal drop, and then they're basically in Kodachi luck at this point. Even through a D-React, it doesn't really help them because 2 and 5 are such annoying breakpoints. Unfortunately, we can't kill here, though, but is what it is. We'll kill him next turn. And then what's the last card in the end? Sink, sure. So again, React doesn't really help with the breakpoints there, unfortunately. All right, this hand kills. So now we'll just do 100 wins, 100 wins, 100 wins. This should be good enough. They could use React here, I guess, and maybe somewhat stay alive or something. I don't know. This is a pretty good Dora game, though. At least to showcase like kind of what you have to play around and like how you're supposed to play. Let's get it spinning. I'm not really paying attention here. All right, good games. All right, well, I think that about wraps up the video for today. Thank you all for watching. Again, we're going to continue to iterate on this deck list. For some reason, new has been a little bit of a struggle. So I feel like snags might be more impactful than the cosmics, maybe. Maybe like going to like one cosmic, 3 snag might be where you want to be at. Maybe like 2 weakest link also might get cut, like maybe go down to 1 weakest link or something. There's still some experimentation here, but I think the general cards are kind of the same. Winds of Eternity is also like kind of whatever. Just a random blue 3 block. That could also be just like any other card. I do think you need like 28 at minimum blues, just currently. Yeah, but thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.